Welcome to Storytime at the Rubus, a weekly podcast about the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. I'm your host, Sharla.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Daniel, and sorry that we took an unexpected week off there. Things just happened and life got in the way, but I think we're going to more than make up for it this week. We have a lot coming your way.
Oh, we have a jam-packed episode. I'm so excited about this one. We have some very, very special guests on.
Yeah, we have Adam from the House of Yes. So this is the guy that is the main person in charge of putting together everything that the House of Yes does at Bonnaroo. If you haven't been before, or if this is your first Roo, this is, I think, not a controversy to say, the best thing out in Outeroo, like the best plaza.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. It is such a wonderful and amazing thing to check out. They have so many activities out there. If you've never been to House of Yes, you're missing out. Truly.
It really is the place that Stefan was talking about in all those SNL clips. It really does have everything.
And oh my goodness, they're going to have even more this year.
Yeah, in fact, Adam dropped a couple of pieces of pretty big news that you're going to hear in just a few moments once we get to that interview. And big shout out to Skyler, who jumped on. She used to live basically just down the street from their main location in Brooklyn.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
She joked that she's a couple of rivers away, but I'm glad that she was there to help me out with that tonight. So we're going to get to that in a few moments, but there was some other big news that dropped today. I feel like it has everybody psyched. It stopped literally everybody in our Discord in their tracks. Order could not be restored for at least a half hour. We couldn't get back to work because, you want to say it?
Snake and Jake's.
Yeah.
Snake and Jake's Love Shack.
The Love Shack? Or the B-52s playing? No, they're not. But yeah, as you can tell, Sharla is psyched.
I just stopped what I was doing at work. I think I just couldn't get any more work done. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for you guys who are new to Bonnaroo, who've just started going within the past few years, you may not entirely know what Snake and Jake's is.
Yeah,
so
fill
I'm
them in.
here to fill you in on that. So Snake and Jake's is a dive bar in New Orleans. And in the early days of Bonnaroo, so back when it very, very first started, Bonnaroo actually had a lot of tie-ins to New Orleans culture because the people that actually did Bonnaroo, founded Bonnaroo, they kind of hung out in New Orleans and they really, really liked the culture there and they really liked the vibe of the city and just had a lot of tie-ins to New Orleans. So Bonnaroo actually used to have a New Orleans parade and just a lot of tie-in with the city of New Orleans. So Snake and Jake's is a dive bar, and it's actually in a neighborhood in New Orleans, and it is a Christmas-themed dive bar. So if you've ever seen the barn that is in the middle of Centeroo, actually for the past few years, it's been the House of Matrimony. Well, before the pandemic, it was called Snake and Jake's, and it was a Christmas-themed barn inside of Centeroo. Well, to my knowledge, they redid it as the House of Matrimony after the pandemic or during the pandemic, whatever, to stop overcrowding. Well, when it was Snake and Jake's, it was just a crazy-ass party barn. And DJs would play in there, and you would have to sometimes even line up just to get in because it was just so wild. And it would go all night and just all kinds of fun stuff happening there, crazy light shows and DJs, and there was a bar in there, and
that's where stuff really got weird.
Right? Oh, it was so much fun. I mean, so much fun during the day and at night, and just such a good time. And anyways, that's the short version of Snake and Jake's.
Yeah. So I have pulled up the post. So if you looked at Bonnaroo's Instagram story, they had a few more details about what you can expect in it. So, of course, late night DJ sets, kind of like Sharla was just talking about. The Robe Rage is going to be back.
So I have not seen the Robe Rage since before the pandemic.
I guess you're right.
Actually, back in 2020, before the pandemic hit, they sold Robe Rage robes.
Yeah, we got ours.
Sold Robe Rage robes.
We got to bring them. That's going to be so fun. So they're doing love song karaoke, whatever that is. The Sack Squatch is going to be over there for Sacks and Candy. I love it. I can't wait to see the Sack Squatch. Yeah, I've seen him on TikTok and stuff for like 2 or 3 years now. I'm so excited for that. I mean, it's one of those like gimmicky things, but still so fun. Anyways, EDM line dancing. We'll have to tell Brooklyn about that one. Speed dating, but also, here's the other big thing that they kind of hid. after so many people have campaigned for them to be there for probably like 5 years, Frick Frack Blackjack is going to be at Bonnaroo. This is huge. This is really huge.
All right, tell
news.
us what that is, Daniel.
Oh my gosh. So,
Because I've never seen it.
first of all, let me say that we're working on getting them on the show because Mitchell is friends with them. He has been an obsessive Frick Fracker for years. He spends hours when they were there at Okeechobee, and he has just followed them around like he's some groupie or whatever. But Frick Frack is a place where, yes, you play blackjack, but not with or for money.
No.
But with knickknacks and things. So when I did it for 2 years down at Okeechobee, I would bring like old Star Wars action figures or just goofy things that I could find at a thrift store before we left or
Or
whatever.
the crap in your attic, like old VHS tapes.
Yeah, that too.
Good.
Yeah. But you can also wager weird things. Like Mitchell, for instance, wagered his mustache. He's like, okay, I will shave this off if I lose or whatever. And he lost and he had to shave it. And we have seen the weirdest stuff in there too. Somebody lost a canoe. Somebody brought and wagered a canoe there. And you got to go see this thing. I know that like my description is probably making you think like, what? That's wild.
So somebody did have a good point, though. I don't know if I saw it on our... No, I saw it. It was either on Reddit or Discord. I can't remember. But somebody was like, well, that's cool, but how do I get all that crap into Bonnaroo?
Oh, that is a good point. Yeah, we'll have to think about
Because
that.
they're like, what am I going to do? Roll up to the security and with my suitcase of random ass crap and explain that to the guard?
Okay, let's follow up on that. We can ask Brad and Corey, and we can ask the Frick Frack people and get some clarification on that.
Because that's going to be some...
Yeah.
Because you got to bring some like weird, just random crap to Frick
That is a
Fracks.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at Okeechobee, they were not in their version of Bonnaroo. It was kind of out in the campground. So maybe Frick Frack is doing a thing out in Outeroo as well, in addition to...
That's a good question. Because, I mean, the point of, from my understanding, the point of Frick Frack is just like weird, like random crap. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
I
is.
hate to say it like that, but it's like you wager like a VHS tape or some little artwork or whatever.
Part of the point too is like the people on the other side of the table, like their staff, they're incredible. They put on a show. So like they're doing kind of a stand-up routine and entertaining everybody while you're doing it as well. You don't just go up, put a thing down, hit 21 and then leave. It's like a whole routine. You're going to be there for like 15 minutes a game.
But maybe Bonnaroo put Frick Frack inside Bonnaroo to contain it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we all know, or we've heard, what happened to Frick Frack at Halloween.
Have we? Okay. Well, let's not speculate. We're going to talk to them and we'll get some more information on this because I do want to follow up. That is a very good question and I want to get to the bottom of that.
Well, there's a rumor about Frick Frack.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we don't rumor monger on here unless it's like a lineup
I
or
thought
whatever.
that was like a known thing. I don't know. I just thought.
Yeah, okay. But no, we'll ask them. Mitchell's going to connect us with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He just got me on a
They're
group
coming-
message with him just a little bit ago. So
okay. I'm excited then.
we're going to do our best to have them on the show
That'd be
here in just a couple of
amazing.
weeks.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
In fact, well, before I get to this, anything else about Snake and Jake's? I know you're excited.
I am so excited for Snake and Jake's. This is like on my survey every year.
Bring it back.
A lot of us were like, bring back Snake and Jake's. And like, this is nothing against House of Matrimony. I just feel like that serves like 1% of the population. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'm not getting married anytime soon.
Well, I hope not. We were going to renew our vows. We could do that at something. But yes.
I mean, I'd do that elsewhere. I wouldn't, yeah.
Oh, I kind of want to do it at Bonnaroo. We'll talk about that later.
I mean, on the bus or somewhere.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
elsewhere
Oh,
at
I see what
Bonnaroo.
you're saying.
I wouldn't do it in a barn. But
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that later. But what I was going to say is we've got a lot of stuff lined up for the next couple of episodes. We are going to have some of the folks from Crowd Compass on before too long.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I hung out with some of their crew at South by Southwest, and they had a good showing there. They really have grown in the past year, and I think we're going to be working with them a bit. So we're going to have like a repeater antenna at the bus, and I think we might have one at a place that we can talk a little bit about as well. We are going to have a totem booth inside Bonnaroo, right? We haven't talked about that on the show.
Yes, we have not talked about that.
So, yeah, we got
have not.
confirmation that will be a thing.
We did. We got confirmation that we are going to have a booth at Planet Roo this year. We just found out this week.
Yeah, so that will be in the nonprofit village. And we don't know a lot other than that. We've got to have a board call later this week where we're going to start talking specifics. But we are going to have some activities, maybe some games, something like that.
Yeah, it looks like we'll be doing some activities at the academy, and
oh yeah, we will.
Very excited.
Yeah.
So exciting times for Totem. I found out that this week, and I literally cried.
Oh man,
I literally cried
really?
because I'm so excited. But mostly, I'm excited for our team, and our team came together to get the application ready, and the way that we worked together, and just huge, gigantic shout out to
Jax.
Skyler and Jax.
Yes.
Because they worked their asses off on that application. And it was not an easy, application. I mean, we really had to get everything together. And, you have to send photos, and we have to make sure our website is up to date, and just tons and tons and tons of things that we have to do for that. And just big time shout out to Jax and Skyler for making that happen.
Heck yeah. Thank you. We appreciate you guys so much. And we appreciate everybody else who has supported us.
Absolutely.
So many people have, not just, send us a message saying, what can we do? But you have signed up as mentors. You have sent people our way to sign up for scholarships. Thank you guys so much. A lot of what we have accomplished is thanks to you. And on that note, why don't we just go ahead and thank our Patreons while we're talking about it?
Okay, but I do have one other thing about Snake and Jake's that I just
Oh,
thought
wait.
of.
Yeah. What's up?
So there is an episode of Anthony Bourdain's Layover, The Layover with Anthony Bourdain.
First show he did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where he goes to Snake and Jake's.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He goes to New Orleans, and he goes to Snake and Jake's. And he's in there with, some other people, and he's drinking and whatever. And when he leaves, he says, "This is the first time I've ever came out of here." Talking about Snake and Jake's. This is the first time I've ever came out of... This is the first time I've ever came out of here vertically.
Is that going to be us at the Rue version? Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm okay with it.
I've came out of some places non-vertically before, so
yeah,
ask Brooklyn about that. Anyways, yes, let's thank our Patreons. So here's someone that reactivated their Patreon.
I'm so happy to have them
Yes,
back.
and we are so happy to have this person back. And I'm hoping that means we'll see this person at Rue this year.
Please.
So we've got Danny from Miami.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Lisa, Butter Crew Nick, Delaney, Molly, John with the Texas Rue Crew, Brady, I Am Rave Dad, Taylor, Courtney, Casey with the Texas Rue Crew, Christy, Charmel, Jums, David and Aurora, String Bean, Zach and Jeremy, Amber, Andrea,
Moo.
JB, Sam, Austin, James, Chelsea, aka Hygiene Queen, Chris and Shy, Dan, Ernst, Harris, Keith, Casey, Andrew, Amanda, Nick, Maddie, McFerg, Kent, Randy, Bosco, Eric and Ben, Evan, Jay, Chloe, and Sean.
Thank you, everyone. We're pulling in well over $400 a month. Every cent goes to the Totem Foundation, so we're going to be doing a shopping haul before too long for our scholarship recipients.
Yes, we'll be getting all of their camping supplies.
Yeah, that and per diem and everything, because we want to cover everything for our scholarship recipients so they can focus on meeting everybody, seeing how events are pulled together, seeing a bit of things backstage at Rue if we can get away with it. I want them to have a good time, but also learn a lot and kind of put stock into the next generation of Ruvians and people who are making things happen. So I'm very excited for that. If you want to support everything that we're doing, it is at patreon.com/Rubus. And like I said, every cent goes to the Totem Foundation. So you're helping send people to Rue. You're helping us with our overhead. You're helping us with supplies that we need for our booth inside Planet Rue. So I think we're going to make that look really professional. Look, I'll be transparent and honest. We're going to try to make a big splash because we have a good chance to get in front of some deep-pocketed donors in that little area.
Right.
And we're trying to save up to get a band from Haiti here in a couple of years. So
that would be so awesome.
yeah, I think that might be one thing that we are potentially talking about at one of our little sessions too. We're talking about why Haiti and why that music is so cool and why we want to bring people up from there.
You recently just found a video from where you were in Haiti.
Oh, yeah.
With a somewhat, it was called Creative Exchanges or something.
Yeah.
And you found a video of a band playing in Haiti when you were down there.
Yeah. Well, there was actually 2 or 3 bands that I had contact with. There was this group of guys that were like 19 or 20 that were doing kind of a hip-hop group. There was my friend from there. His name is Waylele. He is in a couple of different bands, actually. One's kind of like a reggae thing. One's a jazz thing. And he was like one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. And yeah, that was one of the videos that cropped up in a
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat memory. I was at a little workshop that he was doing. And at the end of his workshops, he would just turn it into a party. He would throw on Bob Marley and just hype everybody up and
Mm-hmm.
turn it into a dance party. And that is the vibe that I want to bring to our function at the farm. So we're working on that. We'll talk more about that later. I think eventually we're going to dedicate an entire episode to talking about Haiti, and we'll talk a little bit about how tricky the situation is down there and why it might be a couple of years until we can get somebody from there up here. But we are focused on making that happen. It is going to happen. It's just a matter of time and saving up the funding to make that happen. And if you are a Patreon, you are helping us with the savings for that. So thank you very, very, very much.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Is there anything else we want to get to, or should we get to this thing with Adam from the House of Yes?
I think we should dive into that.
Let's go ahead and do that. Thanks again to Skyler for helping me out. And again, listen closely. You're going to have some pretty big news dropped here in just a moment. See you on the other side. Welcome back, everyone. I am very happy to have a returning guest. I think it was about 2 years ago we last had this person on. From the House of Yes, I am thrilled to bring on Adam back to the show. How's it going?
Hey, Daniel, how are you?
Man, better than I deserve. It's a cool day here in Huntsville, Alabama, where we're at, just about 2 hours down the road from a farm, but it's going to be 95 degrees in Manchester before you know it.
I can't wait.
I know, right? So tell us a little bit about what you have been up to personally since we last spoke to you. What's new at the House of Yes up in Brooklyn?
Oh, we're up to our same shenanigans, just doing all sorts of shows and parties, and summer's coming up, so we have all of our block parties coming up, and yeah, it's just nonstop beautiful madness all the time.
Amazing. So we also have a friend of the show and Totem board member Skylar on tonight. She is just across two rivers over in Jersey City. Skylar, have you made it over to the House of Yes over in Brooklyn yet?
Absolutely. I actually used to live in Bushwick, not too far away from where the House of Yes is. So that was definitely a regular stop for us.
Ooh. All right. So, Adam, we have a number of things that we want to jump into tonight. But for new listeners, I was curious if you could tell us a little bit about your story. Like, how did you get involved with the House of Yes? How long have you been doing it?
So this April is actually my 8th year anniversary with the House of Yes. I started as a volunteer, honestly. I was working a corporate job. I wasn't happy, and I found the House of Yes because I was living in Bushwick, still am, but and just started going over there and was really enjoying myself. And then I just wanted to get involved. So I started cleaning studios in their work study space. And then they started paying me, and I started as a PA and then stage managing and then ushering. And it just kind of snowballed into now I sit where we call Yes, Etc., which is the creative agency from House of Yes. So I run that with my teammate Maddie Weber, and so I run all like the fun offsite, like non-public House of Yes projects. And Bonnaroo has just fallen into my lap as my baby of one of these projects that we do every year.
We are so happy to be your crazy little baby.
Oh my God, it's the craziest baby.
So, many of us know it pretty well, but what are some of the other projects that you're doing like that other than Rue?
We used to do a bunch more festivals, like we used to do Life is Beautiful and a couple other things, but my job at the House of Yes is basically bringing the House of Yes magic to people's private events. So, doing stuff for like when people want a House of Yes stuff at their wedding, or a branded event, or we do a lot of bat mitzvahs, believe it or not.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, like my job for the past couple of years and my like skill set and practice has really been taking our wacky House of Yes magic and being able to spread that joy to other people in whatever way they want it or need it.
So you guys have gotten even more famous at your HQ location up there. So Skylar, I want to pass the baton on to you since you have been in the area and have actually been to the location. I never have. I've only been to the roof stuff. Do you have any questions for him about like the actual House of Yes up there?
I mean, I love that it's such a staple in the neighborhood. Y'all have been there for so long, and it's such a welcoming space. Every time I've been over there, I've had so much fun, no matter what kind of group of people I'm with. And I know so many folks that live in Brooklyn, especially in the queer community, that like find it to be a safe haven. So it's just such an incredible part of the art scene, especially in that part of Brooklyn.
Well, thanks for saying that. Yeah, it's a special place. I mean,
It really is.
it's the place I work, but it's also the place where I live and where I love, and it's incredible. I feel very lucky to get to do what I do and to also be able to do that at Bonnaroo every year is this really special, beautiful, difficult, but like incredible thing that we get to do is being able to bring what we do down there for all these tens of thousands of people that don't live in New York.
Yeah, and I love seeing the way that it translates to the Bonnaroo atmosphere because it is like the House of Yes is tailor made to be at Bonnaroo, and watching you guys just flourish in that environment. Like I've been going to Bonnaroo since 2011, so I've seen the kind of dissolution of so many things, and it makes my heart so happy that y'all are still there. You're still thriving. You're still throwing just the most insane parties I've ever been to in my entire life.
Well, let's jump into that, guys. So we were talking a little bit before we started recorded that you guys are going to look just a little bit differently this year. So, Adam, just give us kind of like a view from the top. Like, how is it going to look this year? What is going to be different?
Well, I mean, this will be our seventh year traveling down, our sixth year activating because of what we call Survivoroo in 2021.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
let's not
but
go there.
oh yeah, we were on the farm, but that's maybe for another episode. Um, but yeah, so this will be our sixth year basically bringing the House Yes to life at Bonnaroo. And so for this year, when me and the rest of the team were kind of coming up of what we wanted to do, we were basically like, you know what, like why not just do it completely different? Because we had this beautiful formula that worked really well, Dirty Circus and these parties and all these things, they just worked really well. And I was personally getting a little bored with it, and I wanted to push a little bit. So we just came up with some brand new stuff. And I was really excited for the Bonnaroo fans to see the announcement. We worked really hard on that post and just like really, I was scouring all the comments and the Reddit, and it was so exciting to see everyone's reaction. But basically, the way I could break it down is we have two new shows this year, three new parties, a new interactive program. We're doing new dance parties, and there's even more. So I can slowly break it down little by little if you want to start with the shows.
Well, yeah. So obviously, we want to hear about all of them. There was a couple of them that personally had me really interested because I felt like the description was only telling just a little bit of the story. So let's start with Wet Nightmare. That's the first one on the post. Like
Yeah.
that one, yeah, that one seems kind of wild to me. What can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, so I want to just let all the fans out there know that yes, Dirty Circus is not happening this year, but don't be too sad. I know it's become a beloved show for everyone, but we're basically taking that slot that we did Dirty Circus in, that 2 hour slot, and we're breaking it up into two shows. So we decided to take that time, and we're basically think of it as like a wacky double feature. So we're kicking off the night with Roulesque, which is going to be like a super fun, sexy, vintage, campy burlesque review of all different types of burlesque performers from New York
Ooh.
in their own style, their own way. Then we're going to do like a cute little intermission, like, and have some intermission entertainment, of course. And then we fall into our Wet Nightmare, which is going to be our scary, sexy sideshow freak show with all sorts of like sideshow performers from New York as well.
So, did the idea for that and the Haunted House of Yes kind of come from the idea that we're going to have a Friday the 13th on the farm?
So it actually didn't. And then I realized what the day was going to be. I wanted to
Oh,
do all of these dark themes just because it's really fun for us to like go from really campy to really dark in the same day. It's just fun for our crew to dress up that way. But then I realized that like, oh shit, wait, this is happening. Um, so we ended up just being like, you know what, this will be a nice little preamble to Friday the 13th.
amazing. So, yeah, another one that kind of caught my curiosity was the clown cult. And I'm not going to lie, I mentioned this on the show a couple of weeks ago when we were first dissecting this. Clowns kind of creep me out just a little bit, but I'm excited to see what this is.
Yeah, so we have for the past couple of years have had the incredible laser pants to do the laser
Yeah.
pants challenge. Everybody knows and loves laser pants, but laser pants has taken a little bit break this year. So I was like, I need to fill this clown size hole with more clowns. And
Oh my God.
yeah,
I'm picturing like a clown that's run through a wall in a cartoon and left an
that's
actual clown sized
exactly
hole.
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And so there's this incredible performer and group in New York City called Clown Cult, run by Chucky Sleaze. And it is a big
Wait,
clown
can we
party.
please pause on Chucky Sleaze? I love that.
Chucky Sleaze is
Yeah,
beautiful.
let's take a beat for the ingenuity of the name Chucky Sleaze. I know. She's incredible. So she has this party and where she throws these incredible clown events and people dress up. There's all sorts of dancing and interactive games and people are just like fully turned looks. And so this is Chucky has a background in immersive work. So this year we're kind of giving Chucky that slot at the barn to do some clown call and to just like have games, and it's a place for like all the fans to stop by and just like take a little beat, play a game, get a little dumb, hang out with some clowns, catch some shade, and then go on with your day.
I love this. We have folks in our group who are clowns and then folks who are kind of afraid of clowns. So I can't wait to get everybody together and have this experience with all of them.
Yeah, it's fun. I feel like it's going to be something where you can spend 5 minutes or you can spend 2 hours. Um, so we have all sorts of things in store for that. I'm really excited that the Clown Call is coming this year. They have been growing so much in the past couple of years, and yeah, they're like a new staple event here in Brooklyn. So I'm excited to have them a part of the crew this year.
The last one I wanted to ask you about was another genius name, the Waffle House of Yes. I'm excited for you to make this Waffle House a waffle home. I
Yes.
feel like it's pretty self-descriptive, but what can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, so the parties this year, we really wanted to like really amp it up. And, we are costume people, and our club is a circus performance nightclub, and we like to go all out. So I wanted to really come up with themes this year that were three distinct themes that our crew would have fun dressing up in, but also that all the guests would too. So Waffle House of Yes came up because I first came Haunted House of Yes I came up with first. And I was like, you know what? I want to now do a whole series of these, whole list, the blank house of yeses. And these were the three that came up as the most fun. Other contenders were Opera House of Yes, Beach House of
Ooh.
Yes, and Courthouse of Yes.
Oh, a
Wait,
slutty Judge Judy would go so hard.
yeah.
Exactly.
Wait,
Exactly.
what would have happened in the courthouse of Yes?
Oh, there would have been a lot of powdered wigs and gavels and just like, oh
Oh
yeah.
my God, I loved it.
But Waffle House of Yes, so three themes are just like all different sorts of wacky. So we're kind of going like depraved breakfast foods and like unhinged waitresses, that first one, with like a little bit of that Americana Lana Del Rey husband vibe we're going for. And then Haunted House Yes is a big open one. It could be anything from give us your scariest look to what are you gonna wear for Halloween this year? Like bring your Halloween costume that you only wear once and wear that to this party. And then Nursing Home of Yes is what are you gonna look like at Bonnaroo in 60 years?
Because we're all still going to be going.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So this was inspired by actually my 30th birthday party 2 years ago. My friends threw me a nursing home party at my house, and everybody dressed up as what they were going to be when they were 80. Um, so it was honestly really fun to have a bunch of people dressing up like old people and full characters come out. So I think they're going to have a lot of fun with that one.
I guarantee you're going to have the whole house from the Golden Girls show up at that one.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
several. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. I love it. Adam, I love these. I had a couple of questions from the big crowd that we have on our Discord. Um, One person asked, like, what does the long-term plan look like? So, like, you guys are clearly in it for the long haul at Rue. Like, everybody loves you. You clearly love being there. C3 loves having you out. What do you think it's going to look like in a few years? Like, do you have any plans in your head about what you want to try to accomplish or new goals that you might have in the future?
That's a great question. Honestly, we take it year by year because we never know what new opportunities come up. We never know what kind of new performers we'll have access to or we'll meet within our crew. But honestly, we just want to keep doing it as long as we can. It's so special. And, the stuff that we get to do down there, the connections that we've made and with the people, and even for our crew, like, I want all the Bonnaroo fans to know that, like, it's just as special for all the House of Yes folks that it is for everyone. Like,
Oh
we have
yeah.
people I can only bring a limited amount of people from New York every year, but it's some people get to go, some people can't go, and it becomes a thing because it's just so so special, and our team has just fallen in love with it. But as far as plans for the future, we're just going to keep looking at it year by year. Like long-term plans, we just want to keep doing it.
Perfect. Well, good. We want
Yeah,
to keep having you there.
yeah.
So I had another more of a comment from one of our friends than a question. It was from our buddy Josh, who lives just down the road in Knoxville. He is a lovable ally redneck. He would call himself that. And he just loves that you guys are there, like putting this kind of positivity for this space out there in Tennessee, where, as other people in the Deep South will know, it's not always easy to party like this in Tennessee. So he just wanted to like say thank you on behalf of him and many other wild allies in the area. We love having you. But kind of along those lines, I just want to ask you real quick, like, what does the current environment look like for you guys setting stuff up at Bonnaroo in Tennessee with things happening the way that they are these days?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it, to be so real. I mean, we're recording this on the Transgender Day of Visibility, so it feels really cool to talk about it in that way. But really, I mean, we're just there to spread joy. I mean, that's really what we do. Things are tough and things are rough, and I feel like, we're really getting like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling quite fatigued by all the information, and it's kind of
Yep.
like bogging me down. But what we do at Bonnaroo is just kind of like creating that space for people to just let go and release. We that's what I feel like is on the House of Yes side and all the performer side. That's like us doing the work. So that these queer folks in Tennessee and these queer folks in the South that come to Bonnaroo and that come up to us and thank us for creating the space for them, that they can still have these spaces to go to. Because, we're lucky in New York that we have, the environment that we have to kind of have these spaces at really easy access to us. But so we just want to bring that down to Bonnaroo and just keep these spaces of unbridled joy happening at all times, where these folks that don't get to do this often or don't have they live in a space that's not as quote unquote safe, they can just let their freak flag fly with us at Bonnaroo.
Yeah, it is wonderful. And I can speak from a little bit of experience. There's a lot of people that come to Rue from very rural areas in the Deep South where they certainly don't have platforms like House of Yes, in Brooklyn or whatever. There's things like Play over in Nashville that are, great places to hang out. But it's wonderful that you guys bring that to Rue. And Charlotte and I and many others in our group always have people questioning us. It's like, hey, is this a good space for me in a queer space? And we're just like, oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of us, you need to go see these people. They're amazing. And as soon as they come see the party over there and see what's happening, they're like, okay, I'm home. I'm great here. And they are just more than happy to be themselves. And you were just the gateway to that. And we are just so appreciative. I tell you, man.
Thank you. And I mean, it's really like the fans have really been inspiring to us because, all the changes that we've made over the past couple of years, I've really been inspired to go in a direction of inviting everyone in on it with us. This year, like of Bonnaroo letting us make that post of like all the things that we're going to do with, kind of the costume pack list as well. We really want to invite everyone to like, yes, like do this with us. This is not just us. Yes, we're down there to do it for you guys, but join us. Like, just I learned that at House of Yes when I first started 8 years ago, and that was just this like radical participation, and that was inspiring to me. And so it's cool to be able to pass that on to the 80,000 plus people that we have the pleasure of entertaining at Bonnaroo.
Amazing. Skylar, did you have anything else or any other questions along those lines?
I have a really granular question. I've always wondered this. I know that it gets hot and humid in New York, and you guys do a lot of stuff outside. How does your team like navigate keeping makeup on, like costume comfort, things like that? Because some of the folks that I see dressed up there, I'm like, that is. Do you have to have air conditioners built into that thing?
We have the luxury of having a um, air conditioned trailer for a dressing room.
Oh,
Uh,
that's so nice.
just one that we're sharing between 35 people. It's, um, I mean, to be honest, it's hot and it's rough, but we do it because we love it, because everyone else loves it. Um,
It's part of the like camaraderie of it all because like we're sweating out here, y'all are sweating up there, and we're all just having a big old sweaty time together.
yeah.
Wait, Adam,
I
I
do
have a
want to touch
question.
on.
I have
Oh
a
yeah, go ahead,
question
David.
along those lines. Were you guys responsible for the green aliens that were out there 2 or 3 years ago?
Oh, the roaming alien troop.
Yes.
No, so that's IGRAC. They're from New Orleans. They're the incredible roaming alien troop down in New Orleans.
Okay.
Uh,
I first saw them
and
hanging out at the House of Yes, and I was just like, yeah, that checks out.
they are actually so people like them and the other like incredible immersive art that you see and all the amazing immersive weirdos that are all over the farm. I just want to give a shout out to Leah Espinoza, who is on the Bonnaroo team that works with us, and kind of she is the mad woman behind all that craziness and has been helping us really be able to queer Bonnaroo over the past 6 years.
Awesome. So, one last question for you. I was curious if you could tell us what to expect with the traditional Pride Parade this year.
Yeah, so we are going in a different direction with the Pride Parade this year as well. We have been doing the Pride Parade since our second Rue, and to be plain and honest with you, it's hot, it's rough, and we had the opportunity to go in a new direction with Pride this year. So our Pride event is actually going to be Saturday night, Sunday morning, 2 a.m. at Where in the Woods.
Ooh.
Okay, this is a game changer. That's
Yes.
awesome.
So we are doing a full Where in the Woods takeover. I'm bringing down Boyish, an incredible DJ from New York. And we are going, and all the performers have it in their little contracts that they're going to dance their asses off for everyone. We have like 25 performers ready. It's going to be it's so exciting. And to those who are missing out on the community element of the Pride Parade this year, because that is a really special time to be able to connect with queer people in that way beyond partying. We are going to be hosting that Saturday morning at the barn from 12 to 2 called Pride and Joy. And that's going to be like our show and tell of like queer love and queer stories. So we'll be able to have a moment that day where you can come to the barn, hang out, play some games with us, and just like connect. And then 12 hours later, party your face off in the woods.
Little something for everybody. I love it.
I love this. I feel like you got many people's letters that like, hey, we want to do the parade, but it's too damn hot. So that is
Yeah.
awesome that it's happening in the middle of the night.
Yeah. And then there's one more thing I want to announce as well, which is super exciting.
Please.
They actually just announced today the the I don't know what you say, but Snake and Jake's Christmas Barn,
Yeah.
Yes.
Snake and Jake Love Shack. And so that's coming back. And so that's going to be a whole slew of love programming. And we are taking over some slots there. And we will have some immersive characters coming from the Snake and Jake barn.
I love this. Every single person I know today was so excited to hear about Snake and Jake's return. It's going to be such a
Yeah.
wild time.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
could
want
not.
to. I don't want to give away too much. They teased a little bit, but we have some really fun, really wacky things happening, and it's definitely going back to like the Christmas roots of just how wacky it was. But they're really spinning it in this Love Shack direction of this like just like love in all its forms. So it's going to be really fun.
I can't wait. I got to get my B-52 wigs out.
Exactly.
Well, Adam, thank you so much for coming on with us tonight. Skylar, did you have anything else for Adam?
No, Adam, it was such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Yeah,
Guys,
like
thank you so much
seriously,
for having me.
we will just sit here and blow smoke because like we love the House of Yes and what you guys bring to Bonnaroo so much. It means a lot to the community, and you guys have become such a mainstay. It just wouldn't be Rue without you.
Thank you so much. And to everyone listening, pack your costumes. Come say hi to us. We want you to turn it out this year and show us up. So please, we're so excited to come back.
Oh, we will turn out. You be careful what you wish for.
Challenge accepted.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Adam. We can't wait to see you on the farm.
Thanks, guys. See you on the farm.
Take care.
So big thanks to Adam for the House of Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Adam, for everything that you do with that place. So many of us Ruvians have fallen in love with it. It is a must-see for anyone that hasn't been. I really think that is kind of the beating heart of Outeroo. So make sure to see that. Do you remember the plaza number? I never remember numbers. 3. It is on that main road that kind of eventually leads to the
3,
arch.
and if you get camped in Plaza 3, that's an amazing camping.
Yeah, but
spot
also
too.
bring some earplugs. Because they're going to be going all night over there.
No, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But no, that's a really good camping spot because right outside of House of Yes, they have so many amazing food vendors, including my favorite, Pizza Nova.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk to them. I
Big
can't wait to
shout
eat some
to Pizza Nova, yeah.
Yeah, so we do have one last thing that we kind of wanted to tease a little bit. So sometime in the next week or two, you're going to be seeing an announcement, probably from Bonnaroo, about the Wednesday party. It's returning. Big surprise, I know. So the lineup is more or less finalized. I have been talking with Andrew and Maddie about that. In fact, we're going to have them on the show before too long to really dive into everything. There is an artist on the lineup, or maybe even two, that I'm going to try to get on the show. Longtime listeners will probably know at least one of them. We're going to try to make that happen. But anyway, you should see that dropping here maybe 2 weeks. I'm not entirely sure when it's going to be. I just know it's going to be soon-ish. So please stay tuned and please plan on coming down to that. It is going to be in the group area starting about 4 p.m. Oops, can I say that? I guess I can. At the group plaza. So that's where the bus is parked. That's where we're going to have some totem stuff as well. We're going to bring back the totem purple carpet. So bring your Wookieest finest to have your picture taken as well.
And you do not have to be staying in group to come to that party.
Oh, yeah. Anybody can come. That is true for anything that's happening in group. If you want to come see us and come see the bus, sign it, get your picture sitting on the hood or whatever, you can come on in. Like, group is not just for group. I mean, you have to be in group to camp in group and stay the night there. But if you want to come hang out with us and see something that's happening at the group plaza, you can just bring it on in.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, they had Cracker Barrel giving out breakfast every morning.
Yep.
And anybody could come to that.
We got a Cracker Barrel.
That was pretty nice. That was one of those years where we really were spoiled. We could just walk a few, like literally 2 minutes down the road and like,
breakfast?
All right, you want breakfast? Yeah. And they had everything. They had that little peg game and the checkers and everything.
Oh,
it was like a whole ass Cracker Barrel. It was amazing. But yeah, come and see us. Again, it'll be that Wednesday. Make sure you come to Rue early. I mean, you're not going to have any traffic headaches if you do come early, but also you can come party with us. Andrew and Maddie have really worked their tails off to put together an incredible lineup. It's going to be some names that you know, some that you will learn, and some that you, especially one, that you would never expect in a million years. So look for that lineup dropping on Rue Social and then all of our stuff here in the next couple of weeks. And then we'll have Andrew and Maddie on to talk about it as well. So, man, big episode. We had a lot to talk about. This has been a big week. This has been like probably the biggest news week since the lineup dropped.
Right?
Like we had House of Yes a couple
Wild,
weeks ago.
yeah.
We had the return of Snake and Jake's. We had House of Yes dropping some news for
Return
us.
of Snake and Jake's. It's like somebody should do a meme where it's like Return of the King.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Why didn't I think of that? I should have thought about that. All right. Well, guys, again, next couple of weeks are going to be fun. We're going to have Nick from Crowd Compass on. We're going to have Andrew and Maddie on to talk about the Wednesday party. We hope to have some of the crew from Frick Frack on. I'm going to ask Mitchell to help me out with that episode since he knows them pretty well. Yeah. We need him back anyways. I love you, Mitchell. Guys, we're getting close because a lot of stuff like this is dropping. The weather's warming up. It's time to get ready. Man, we're going to be there in like, what, 3 months?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. All right. A lot to do, guys. Until then, get out there and radiate positivity. We'll see you next week.
Bye.